Welcome everyone to vlog 800 and something or so here of all system development, all stack, full stack development here from bootloaders, kernels, libcs and stuff, compilers, and with that a whole Linux distribution. We finally want to release, of course, last minute, one more thing. The only constant is change and upstream regressions, and what's not tested is obviously segmentation faulting. The other day I wasn't sure here on my 7950X if it's undervolting and overvolting. Yes, CPU and down, memory up, and overclocking the memory and stuff. But no, on my not as overclocked and stuff 5950X, the GCC segmentation falls the same. Probably the pointer. Do I still have that? Maybe here. That probably could be an LD, but whatever. Actually, in LD. Actually, wait. In LD is actually LD. Okay, the segment is that might be another thing. Actually, no. Actually, did I say GCC when I meant? That is interesting. 44A. Okay, the pointer obviously does not. But anyway, yeah. I thought, actually, was it not? Actually, the other thing, it was segmentation faulting in LTO. But yeah, so I will probably just revert that. So the only thing, everything on mainstream and what's not tested is broken. But we will do another more interesting thing than taking care of the segmentation faults. I might simply download either GCC and or binutils, although theoretically we could. Which package was it? Probably GCC itself. Yeah. By the way, is that the same as MIPS? Because obviously this is between 7950X and 5950X, just ruling out some other system instability. My system compiler is also already GCC 13 versus GCC 12, probably. Yeah, 11.3, what's this? Oh, whatever that case might be. So just ruling out, not that I waste my time debugging other random nonsense and overclocking. MIPS64, ADM log GCC, yeah, one GCC, and so, okay, actually that is slightly, that says, why do I only now see a search? All right, I believe I rebuilt. Oh wait, is this also ABS compatible with this emulation? Interesting. Okay, there is hope. Just we do one more important thing. So actually, I know also, yeah, why does the segmentation fault right now? Okay, a third GNU C software quality. But one more thing, which is, do I have Go installed? I wanted to change, yeah, let's do that here. We built all of GCC with all, do we all? Probably mostly all, including Fortran and ADA, since recently, and of course Go. All systems Rust, no, all systems also Go, apparently maybe at least sometimes. And the problem is GCC Go is not entirely full-featured, and welcome everyone. So for the next release of our amazing, increasingly amazing, obviously, Linux distribution, I want to switch, of course, one more last minute thing. What could possibly go wrong? I wanted to change to switch to Go instead of GCC Go, just so that more stuff works, including this oh my posh thing of this glorified spaceship or so, and similar stuff, terminal prompt, fancy terminal prompt goodness. And that does not build with GCC Go. MIPS64, let's do one more thing on this segmentation faulting stuff here. And GCC. Yeah, search and fail, so that is okay, that is at least consistent. And then what I also do here is, let's save some energy, right? No point of spinning electrons in the system when I don't need it for some hour or two. Cheers. So amazing stuff, right? At least as much as I criticize, amazing stuff. I can be positive. Suspend to memory works on my AM4 X370 or so, or 470 ASUS mini ATIX board. It works like suspend to memory, even headless server. amazing stuff, unthinkable 20 years ago. It works on my 5950X overkill build with ASUS X570 Ace Workstation Pro thing, and it works on my latest overkill build, the 750X Gigabyte Aorus Master. Also that has some I/O, MMU and USB micro stuttering issues, but at least it suspends the memory for energy savings at night. So go. So we changed that, I believe. Did I already, or maybe I did not? Did I start a? Probably not, at least not on this system. So what we need to do is change some things. Not building Go by default. That would be config. I thought on some system. Actually, wait. Did I commit this? Interesting. Didn't even remember that. Then I remember I prepared that. Config options will go. Yeah. Okay. Did I have this already by... Okay, this is on by default. Let's change this. So very theoretically, we could wire this up to if package selected go. The go. But for now, let's do it the simple way. If we ever, depending on how popular stuff becomes, then we can... Where is... Do we not use it yet? Why do we not even... it's a completely wrong file. What even? Why is nobody screaming on me? Okay, I actually wired that up so all other languages go. Do we have other... So we could do even that nicer, so that for those architectures where internal compiler errors with Go, we don't do this, but for now that is good enough. We force remove Go there anyway. There, and some forced. Okay, that looks good so far. And because the benefit is then also that you can, you simply have Go for the non-rust alternative, non-rusty, not oxidating Rust alternative, and we need to enable it. Generic package selection, probably together with Rust, so maybe 20 minimal, because why not overstress ourselves with this stuff. And then I need to have it in the system. I know that already. So we need to check that is also why I want to do that, because I noticed that bootstrapping Go is also not the most easy anymore. You first need one older Go version. And I mean, easy between Rust is horrible complicated unless you use the latest binary. Which is why we do this elbow grace for you, pre-compiling that for you. Go package, go, I believe. And there is some significantly older version. Which one was that? If I now would know which one it was. Probably was it implemented in C, C++? Significant release including changes in the language implementation of the tool chain. So maybe it was 118, potentially maybe. So that might be that one then. And that is exactly the reason why I also want to ship it for you. Not only do I obviously oh my posh for glorified over complex, but amazing looking, cozy and nice looking prompts. So let's see if that emerges into my system. Might have shared file conflicts, but that's not the most important. And so yeah, we first need one older implementation that doesn't need Go to bootstrap, I believe. And like if my summary is incomplete, leave me in the comments below. If you go implementation expert and language lover and stuff, leave me in the comments below. And then I tested that already some months ago, but it's a recurring, yeah, I should have listened to my own pro tips. I should have immediately done it. Commit early, commit often, and what's done, it's done and stuff. I pre-tested that, but somehow I had this on my mental to-do, not even in my to-do file. That's growing too long. Building Go util using /user. Let's see how that goes. Oh, there's also Go 118 GCC Go. Building Go. Command is using Go 118 GCC Go. Interesting. Or is it already using GCC Go? Anyway, at least why is this also so non-verbose? Is it even doing something? Hello? Go on. Is it even freaking building stuff parallel? Doesn't look the most parallel. Anyway, I believe it didn't build that long, the last time at least. And then we would also next, hopefully in a minute or 5 max, actually we could check the MIPS stuff. I then would want to test also for how many languages this cross-compiles. So what's going on with our MIPS build? So they changed their multilib stuff. I think it did something already, right? 2 chain 1, 2 chain 2, goal 2 chain 1. So that's doing something. Is it also? If it would wish it would be a little bit more verbose though. Aborted maybe. Yeah, okay, so shared file, I expected that, so go obviously go and go format. That's not the biggest deal. So there's some double slash, that's not ideal, but whatever. And then we can SVN up and try that again. $120, let's, okay, that does not go well. Previous declaration. What is this mixing here? So much to just building that. Let's try some revision in between, some 18 version. I believe the last time I did direct, oops, what did I do? Oh, I should fat finger less live on this channel. Welcome everyone. Yep, MIPS ain't working. We are doomed. Yes, although it might be just an assertion. Although the other day I believe maybe LTO just differently segmentation faulted because yesterday it wasn't that obvious. Probably the yeah, we're certainly doomed when we can't run the latest Linux on our SGIO2 or Octane. What would our user-friendly AI supercomputer do on our desk then? Oh, this also didn't go well. Why is this using, did this not update user bin GCC maybe? Go. No, it is user MIPS64 go bin go. Or maybe because we have both, maybe I should. Okay, pro tip, don't RM, I made this mistake dozens of times. Let's be more clever and teach some proper stuff. Let's just move with proper messing around with your system. Just disabled. Let's see, maybe it has some code like if GCC if GCC go, then use that or stuff. Why is this still so? Actually, it has go around. What is going on there? Let's try maybe the same, rebuilding the same version with this. Okay, that's not amazing. That's not ideal. Good that we just disabled that. Although maybe let's see what happens if we don't have this GCC go. Does it error out with? Does it bootstrap differently? This is interesting. This bootstrap differently. It's somehow bootstrapped. It's maybe that is a different result. Crazy. Yeah, modern system complexity. So yeah, I believe before it probably used GCC Go. Maybe that was too broken. Maybe, apparently. So what's going on here with those incompatible selection? So MIPS62. So yeah, probably. So what we're building GCC. So yeah, they changed. Maybe we patched that completely away. Then they changed the. Let's rebuild this immediately. They changed the multi-lip selection because of course I do. Nobody is freaking using it nearly, really, except probably embedded. Okay, this actually looks better. So it now bootstraps with itself. User go 1.1.17.6. That yeah. So bootstrapping. In the name of science, we found here live today bootstrapping an old version of Go with even latest GCC Go results in some broken shit, amazing stuff. So then let's try the latest. I believe one working Go version should be enough to bootstrap the latest version. And so what I mean here is GCC. Let's do that again and also remove that. Okay, that so far looks better. Yeah, we can control C that already. Also, do we have, let's hope we have the original file, maybe we do. Because, okay, let's see what we patch. We patch this file. Let's hope we have an original file. Oops. Yeah, we have an org file. That is amazing. So because this was previously not here. That is probably what's somehow also failing, maybe because I mean we patched that, so what's going on here? I patched that to 32.64, so that is all 32 of original old MIPS. Okay, that so far looks good. So then let's old config one mainstream thing and build that. That should build Go. Yeah, let's see. Why does it only build 2 Go? Does that? So that's a cross. This is cross compiling Go. We might need one more step. So that's always the thing, right? It's not. It's not. Is it enough? Okay, it did something. So the shared files are kind of okay. Okay, so far so good. Let's check what's happening when we do the same for PowerPC64 LE. Also, I believe I tried this with. I believe I tried this even with RISC-V some months ago. Okay, let's see what output we get in a second. So they have here MIPS engine is little. That is first word of target EL. Soft is soft float filter. Some target CPU default soft. Welcome everyone. Which resources do you recommend for learning kernel development, specifically ARM side stuff. I usually recommend just reading the source. It's always hard. Although there is a super new book, actually that I ordered, that might actually arrive this week. From ARM Reverse Engineering books. Here is just released last week, but I've not yet read. So this is this one, ARM Assembly and Reverse Engineering here, but this what? Yeah, Blue Fox edition. Yeah, I ordered that, as you see, live on this channel. I have not read this yet, but otherwise just read the freaking Linux kernel sources, right? It's often I found, but if you're a book person, then by all means go get some kernel development book. I'm not sure if there's a specific ARM edition, but this book sounded good. I could make a video if I've read this sometime. So we have GNU ABI64. So I mean, it's a little bit funny that in general I don't like this here. They also have GNU ABI64, for which just wait, do we? Okay, so this GNU stuff also, we're multitasking a little bit right now. I need to get stuff done. I hope you like this. Multitasking to the wrong directory. So file user bin go. Thank you very much. Lib64 go lib go. User bin what? Symbolic link to bin lib64 go bin. Of course, I need to put it like that. Actually, that actually freaking result. I don't know how they do that, but they did it. Slightly maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I would need to research that. It's a little bit. What do they link to? Do they use LVM? Also, I didn't see the LVM. Do they have their own backend user? Lib64 go. It's not okay, their own code generation stuff. Thank you very much. Yeah, then the question would be how many targets does it support? So then let's YOLO that. Let's delete all user bin go. We have that for quite some architectures. Let's delete go from Mart. And probably rebuild all. Build all with less sleep, because we mostly want to get to, like, let's stage that by 45 seconds. And see for how many. This builds what we just built. Yeah, just because we had this build. Yeah, so live in the name of science, live on this channel. We would need to test for how many architectures it actually freaking then works. TM. It could be it builds a cross compiler and it doesn't work then, or it doesn't have code generation. Go code generation. What do they? Generating code generation works, scanning special commands. What do they support? Do they have? Implement processor features. Thank you very much. Okay, they have some MIPS. They even have S390X. Maybe that's it. Maybe ARM, x86 ARM. Java instructions. Thank you very much. So they have here, so ARM 32, 64, PowerPC 64. They don't even have PowerPC, so maybe they don't support 32-bit necessarily. It's Also this question is Go language CPU dependent. Usually they are, unless they use the C compiler as a backend, and which usually they don't. So what do they have here? x86 ARM, MIPS, so mentions plan 9 and Go toolchain MIPS PowerPC. Does not wait, but while the Go toolchain does not support MIPS or PowerPC. Okay, that is maybe a little bit outdated. How many years ago was it? Okay, here are actually some Go Arch. Okay, they have Loom. Okay, they are all duplicates. So they have 386 AMD. Oh, so funny that they also recurring theme, right? Why can they not use standard? The standard is i386 or x86. The standard, while I can relate to that previous video on my channel, 20 years of MIPS64, the more universal name, like nearly nobody except like me joking this, or maybe Apple or whatever. The real standard name is x86-64. I appreciate that name. Theoretically, it's AArch, which I agree to hate. So ARM64 kind of sort of okay with me. But yeah, so they have the MIPS power. So they don't have even PowerPC 32, which is like, yeah, the future is now Rust and Go, but then it's like, yeah, nearly no architecture support. I mean, not that it could not be done, but that's what it is. So okay, stuff is building. So will be interesting to see how they fail if they anyway build and then they just can generate. I mean, maybe it cross compiles because they somewhat similar to LVM and then Rust. They might have support for those architectures always in there. That is how that might have built. Why does it's in the file list? We would need to. Yeah, okay, fine. This is of course. I deleted the files. Okay, T2 is not smart enough to. I mean, yeah, sure, obviously you shouldn't fiddle around and delete files in your system. As far as I see on the Gentoo sources, people write MIPS64 ARM, ARM64, i64 PowerPC RISC. So you write about. Okay, thanks for that. I wasn't totally right. I didn't see IA64 though. So that would be. I have my doubts for IA64 though. Maybe it builds and can't produce codes. I also don't see. Oh no, there is a RISC-V actually. Did I over? Yeah, I missed it. So yeah, we probably. This was also now. We probably should sed bin yeah, Go. Okay, that's super fluid. Build all var adm lists GCC, and then in place delete, and GCC format. Go format. Was it not Go format? This matched already. Okay, fine. Pro tip, look, I nearly did too much, but so yeah, just to avoid those errors there. So yeah, MIPS64. So we probably don't build with that crazy ID. Let's take a look. Arch, and thanks for the comment there. Where would we have that in Arch test? Okay, we actually build with. Okay, we build with the default target, so that would be GNU ABI. What do we have there? Okay, and 32. It's a bit of a mess, all those historic relics and stuff. Says the one who still supports MIPS and Spark. Okay, there. Go arch, unknown go arch risk 5. What do we have here? That was building. Oh, this was building risk 5. Huh? That's actually true. This is the risk 564. Did that build? Oh no, it actually. Wait, which one is it even? Why is this risk? What did it do for risk 564? Ah, this is asynchronous. So, this actually built. Okay, it really doesn't support that, which is of course sad. Then the question would more be, maybe we shouldn't create a mess, and the question would be, should we ship GCC Go for those architectures which doesn't support this? But I mean, the pro would be you have something, even though it mostly doesn't work. The other pro would be we test building GCC Go, although on those architectures we needed the least. Excuse me. Questions over questions. DHCP is also trying to start an X server due to probably system bin shell being dash. Changing something in the arch commands code by most ported arch names match go. Yeah, we have the same. Thanks for that. We have to do the same because it's the same. The names are insane. Package go. So basically that means plus x86-64, probably ARM64, MIPS64, power. It's a little bit sad that they don't, it's a little bit low-hanging fruit of PowerPC, but whatever. RISC 64, a long arch, JKLM, arch 64, are that all? x86-64, ARM64, long arch, like long arch, like what's with your naming, man? MIPS64, MIPS64, PowerPC64. So that and SRN. I nearly missed SRN90. All be left. Mainframe stuff. Do we have this translated? So yeah, we need to translate that too. Arch and okay. The other match. So like even this, you can't make this stuff up. It's ridiculous. Wait, why do we translate that if it's the same? Whatever, deleted there. So now why do we translate both of those? We should only, oh wait, no. We should only have that here, or probably that. And a little bit, oops, why does this not blend? Always hated VI cut, copy and paste. Who thought this copy and paste implementation was a good idea? ARM. Oh wait, that's the same. So we can get rid of that. That's the Maple stuff. Power PC. That's ridiculous. MIPS. Power PC66. So the rest falls through. So theoretically, I'm just wondering if actually, so we could make this local. We could also, because we echo that there, and it's like basically there, like define the default and then override it sometimes, and okay, maybe they had this. Because they used it there. Okay, take this here back. Probably x86-64. They had that probably here for matching uname or something. Okay, so I reversed it. Not that it would matter much, but yeah. Probably should be fine. Alright, S90X is in there, RISC-V, so the others are in there. That probably should be fine. Let's do that again, just so that all the error logs disappear off the GCC chat file stuff. Yeah, so we built with N32. No, thanks for virtual line, select and sort. Sounds amazing. Maybe until I retire I become a Vim specialist. But then my Emacs genes will hurt. So we probably will build with GNU, ABI, N32. So it should default to that. Should, unless this doesn't, is it not enable multi-arch? Wait, why is this made enable multi-arch? Because it's multi-lib. Why is this? So maybe then we default to this shit. Okay, we should patch. I mean, I in general hate this. I mean, all the complexity, also this should be better specified, not like if that happened to be selection, whatever. Like, so it always was multi-lib. Why do they now have enable multi-arch? I believe I've never seen that until now. Can't make this stuff up. So some GCC failed, which might be MIPS or AVR32, something of that sort. This is so sad. Enable support for multi-arch paths, thank you very much. This is also funny. I mean, this always was multi-lib. This other shit must be new. I've not seen this in decades. And like there was multi-lip, like, and also this is all the stuff not matching up, right? Famous people YOLO shit together, and at the end nothing really works anymore. Yeah, everything does some random shit what some person in their basement thought might be the right thing to do. Also, I mean, this is so funny. First of all, enable support for multi-arch stuff. It's like clearly MIPS, but then also multi-lip list, A-arch, ARM, AV. This is funny enough. SH and x86-64, but this is also clearly MIPS, unless it has no effect there. But then for MIPS, enable multi-arch has an effect. It's like, seriously, what the heck? This is also crazy. What more shit is that doing? So now I need to research what that is doing, because I've never seen that. Okay, this is here in configure. Here is some makefile in. Okay, that is makefile syntax cannot even oh, this has also auto, thank you very much. Okay, this defaults then to if wildcard shell, system header dir. Wait, if that are freaking multiple. Basing defaults on what random files are there. Nice. It's how did I deserve this? What went wrong in my life? Yeah, I'm kinda, I mean, this might be, but so maybe, I mean, this is also the problem, right? We are bootstrapping, so this CRTI stuff, does it not come from GCC itself? And then you bootstrapping GCC and you don't have any. This is so silly. I mean, this auto shit does not even work then when you're bootstrapping from scratch. Oh no, it's in, okay, we have GCC and glib. Yeah, but even if it's in glibc, which one is it even checking now? It was CRTI, wasn't it? Multi-arch. It was user lib. The question, so is that only, this is if multi-arch. And where more is multi-arch used? Config MIPS. Okay, it's used in multiple, mostly for this, here only for what I patched. The multi-lib dirs, even Linux, i386 long arch, even Spark now. It's not really that much. Include paths of multi-arch. We probably, maybe we should always include this if we build, by the way, we built this, right? So we should have, it's auto. And as it's auto, it probably didn't have for the initial cross compiler, didn't have files, and then it probably it didn't have the CRTI files to count there. I mean, I would hope, what was it enable multi-arch or? What is this? It's cargo ship, thank you very much. You want to test Rust and you want to test Go, and of course cargo fails. The cargo I need to make, I mean, basically so much, to quote our famous German political influencer and stuff, Marina Weisband. It's like if we set, why don't we set everything on fire? Something of that sort. If we set everything on fire, then we save ourselves quite some intermediate steps. It's like, yeah, it's like, so enable multi-arch. So, and the problem is, the only constant is change into regressions in our own stuff. So if I just enable that now always, I wonder if it will fail for some other architectures, but maybe it will just do nothing probably, as far as I quickly grab the code here. So, okay, without underscore, just like that. I'm somewhat inclined then to try, I mean, I find it stupid, like, I mean, theoretically for me this is multilib, and basically if you have multilib more than one, then but yeah, 2023, you need them. I mean, theoretically we could GCC, could boot, did I, wait, multi-arch, did I even say multi-arch? Did I? Wait. Was it even multi-arch? Now I'm getting confused. A multi-lib. Or was it? Wait, no. Oh, my brain is already getting confused with all this historic nonsense. No, multi-arch. Wait. It's not multi-lib. So like it's usually enabled by default if if it isn't, and or if it doesn't find out this stuff. It's like, yeah. It's also funny that historically, like, enable multilib caused also some regression, so it's like better not set it, although it's otherwise magically working. So at least that is my initially assessment. We should, I mean, yeah, we probably should, it's like 2023, improving the patches here. GCC, where is even, GCC, yeah. So we always default only to 1, so we probably should change that here just for completeness, so that lib32 is n32, so it should look like that. Is the rest even? I mean, this stuff, this stuff does anyway not match then the defaults here. I'm not entirely sure if that would reliably. I mean, basically, to me, I mean, they just changed that, right? Previously, until some week ago, this worked in T2. I'm kind of inclined to just delete all this stuff, because, I mean, if you basically ask for random nonsense, which may or may not build then, which, what is even, okay, I changed this already slightly anyway. This is if GNU ABI, otherwise that, otherwise, did I not anyway change it? I mean, basically, maybe, on the first glance, I mean, this is patched how I patched it already. I mean, for me, all this stuff basically has no value anyway. Maybe I should... I mean, okay, the idea is it is not that bad. I mean, basically it is what you configure with changes the defaults. Actually, maybe, but I believe the defaults also are specified with this, as far as I remember. Is this not the default? Then it doesn't match. Like if you change, I mean, oh, they just changed. Oh, this is so tricky. And I mean, basically for me, previously it was without all this shit. It was just multilib or dear names. I mean, basically now I patched it to be all the same anyway. mean, the whole stuff should be better, in my opinion. In my opinion, this kind of should be some kind of array of stuff of, and then like looking up into this array or hash table, associative array, whatever the default is. The whole stuff here is anyway like low tech, like from the 70s. Building state-of-the-art compiler technology with 70s shell scripting. I mean, the only, so that is, I mean, but why does it default to the wrong, because it built N32, I believe. I mean, here's, okay, it does this, okay, it might add here, if multi-arch, actually, you know what, I believe we don't want this multi-arch. Maybe this stupid multi-arch is this then expanding, then it's, I think we don't want this. Does this add the whole, am I reading this correctly? Is this then adding the whole MIPS cell Linux GNU soft thing to path? Because I would never want to have that on the path. I have the feeling, okay, actually, you know what, I don't want multi-arch. Oh man, what a mess. What was even the if multi-arch call if multi-arch? What does it expand here? I would think the first is true, but somehow it more looks like it might be the other way around. If multi-arch, because if multi-arch nothing, otherwise MIPS64? Doesn't make the most sense. Does it? Nah, what a crazy shit. Ah, my brain hurts already from this nonsense. Yeah, recurringly, not only your brain melts and hurts watching this, even I start to get headache already. I mean, basically first we need to, so I patched that away. Let's maybe see what other stuff we get. So let's save that here and basically see if this builds better without, so this is hotfix MIPS or so. I believe this will not blend like that. So 1, 2, 3. It's probably like that. Now I need to adapt this one to it. Shit. We added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it defaulted to N32. So I added 6. Makes it 30. And then 5 are left. Should be 26. Famous last words. I need more coffee, otherwise it's the only light at the end of this tunnel. And for some environmentally friendly reason I switched off the coffee machine. Okay, so that is building, so the patch applied. There's also some stuff building. Then let's in the meantime use the time to commit some Go stuff, which is, for one thing, let's commit this, let's be professionals, commit this in multiple steps, which also let's update update maybe the copyright. Package go desk. Marked go supported. Something like that, then slightly cleaned up go texture mapping. Is there any edit? It's mostly cleaned up, right? Or is it? Do we not have this? This is just status. Is it even an overall cleanup? I mean, yeah, it's a little bit sorted. It's probably fine. Okay, GCC build. We probably want to. Right. No, we probably want to check what's happened here with N32. Wait, actually we did enable N32. Alright, we double patched it. We double patched it. Architecture MIPS. So that would be the same default, like 64-bit default and old 30, like sane. The sanest of all the MIPS insanity of historic APIs. So, wrong microphone on this channel. Architecture package GCC. Actually, we probably need to up, or do we? Okay, okay, maybe this is also not ideal. So wait, wait, this is somehow not really. Yeah, this is supposed. Okay, I probably messed that up a little bit also myself between all this merge. If N32 with ABI64, so with ABS N32, and so N32 enable targets all, that was really needed. Okay, let's see what nonsense I've done here. So here we default to 64. I mean, previously, because I mean, it's also like it's of course a historically high performance, but I mean, like basically why I don't like this is I like symmetry and that stuff is obvious and simple, and for me obvious and simple would be if you say MIPS64 or AMD64, PowerPC64, SPARC64, you get 64 and not some 32-bit special flavor. So this N32 is actually so special, it is 32-bit pointers, which in 64-bit mode, I believe, if I recall correctly, that would be the same as X32, which nearly nobody uses. Yes, it can be higher performance, but also annoying and tricky. So it's such a strange ABI that is so uncommon on x86 that I find it crazy that this should be the default here. So also like 3 architectures is really much, and you need all the matching GCCs anyway, which all in all is really crazy. So this was actually kind of wrong. So if we want to patch that by default, actually I have here N32. I believe this is it called O32? Maybe it is. So that would probably should, yeah, Apache also actually should check if we use lib32 for the rest. Okay, so that probably should be how it should be. And then we patch that to N32. I believe should actually be that. Dear names. What were the dear names? Ah, the dear names were N32. I'm just not, yeah, whether we use an lib or lib32 is another question. Let's build this yet again. Nothing like building GCC a gazillion times. We probably should check. So we also did build some. Also, this is cargo. For whatever reasons, maybe they removed it from LVM. It's always a possibility. And okay, right, we did build with N32. What is multilib? It probably should print multilib somewhere. Here's gen multilib. Okay, it does gen multilib with MRABI. This actually looks correct. As far as probably it doesn't mean much to you, but not only do I do this for 25 years, I also recently debugged this stuff for 8 hours to make it work better for Spark 64 and probably 64, because of course I do. The only question is if test yes equals yes, so yeah, then it should do that. Did we build all of this? So let's see what all the... Did we rebuild? Oh no, we didn't rebuild GCC, so this should only be... And they all... Oh, there was still something building. Oops, I was still building in background in parallel. So all the Go stuff actually built for all the architectures. Surprisingly. Even Musel apparently. Whether that works is another question. Okay, this might not be correct. Defaulting to 32-bit, but whatever. Oh no, wait, this one didn't build. MIPSel. Anon Go Arch MIPSel. I thought that was supported. MIPS LE. By the way, I think this is also wrong. They again have chosen historically incorrect names. I think this was MIPS. Yes, it is stupid that it's PowerPC LE, Little Onion, and MIPS Onion is little, maybe because MIPSel read nicer. I mean, why do I know all of this? And not the Go people with this history of this people working on this, all the Unix and plan history and working at Google. Like, why do they constantly need to fight this stuff? So basically, it looks. Do they have any EL? Apparently not. Or I mean, it is possible they changed that. I mean, code is here for that. MIPSel, so I believe they don't have that. MIPS. MIPS LE. You can't mix this stuff up. It's hilarious. I I have no further questions about the state of the IT industry. Why can't we have nice things? Because everyone YOLOs everything to their broken liking. Okay, I probably should continue and go. Can't match this stuff up. But yeah, live on this channel, we freaking fix every stupid shit. So the only problem is now we don't quite see. Maybe I should. How many? Yeah, 2 minutes. We can afford 2 minutes of build time. Even live for an hour. Of course, 1 hour. Well, build all. Oh, not all. MIPS64. GLibC. All please. GCC. All please, and then mine. MIPS. So I deleted all those to have a fresh build to better see what binaries were installed. Otherwise, if we now check and say there are other variants and other directories, that is less easy to diagnose. Did this even freaking build TM? File, build, libcell, user, lib, go, bin, go, yada 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 yada, debug info, with debug info but not strip, MIPS32, LSB executable. Oh, apparently it's not even freaking work TM. So the only thing, we don't have 100% test coverage because we built all the architectures, so, but we did not had EL there, I believe. Fixed go to build for MIPScell too thick, it's ridiculous. MIPScell LE, yes. Yeah, that happens if you work against all the industry and historic. If you work if you're not standing on the shoulders of giants and reinvent the wheel and work against all of the IT history, then that's what you get, is constantly broken, incompatible stuff. Cheers. So GCC, that built something. Let's maybe go and check what they installed there. And less var ADMF list GCC. Okay, there is none yet because it is in toolchain and that wasn't properly cleared due to this implementation detail. Unfortunately, yeah, we have there potentially now. It is possible that there is some old stuff now, unfortunately, because I didn't wipe that stuff here, but that's what it is. Okay, glibc build. Let's see, that should be the 64 variant, I believe. That should be in. Ah shit, we have here lib32. Did I really? Oh. Is this really what our T2 does? Okay, we have here indeed lib32 for best compatibility, but then we probably should change the patch there. Okay, that didn't build though. Undefined reference to umod i3, which may or may not be. R with target or something. Where do we have MIPS? We build with GNU ABI 32. And that probably builds, I mean this builds, so that probably should be here. Yeah, N32, okay. And why does it not find the... Wait, what do we even build? Ah, 64. Okay, so that is actually the problem. Okay. Probably previously I didn't patch it like this, so this is a little bit... Ah, okay, so that is a problem. I patched it differently. I patched that for then having O32. That is why this failed, and we don't have the O32 variant that probably was before I touched it, so I broke this port myself. The only question is then, of course, rebuilding this. We have here, okay, this should also build because, okay, this is, if we, then we have 64O32. Okay, so basically, I mean, the only other thing would be, I mean, we could make this work, but then we would need to change that we build glibc. We build this differently. The also, I mean, basically, that also means we should actually patch this file even more. I guess 3 or 4 times the charm. I wonder if N64 then works for the Linux kernel build. But I would believe it previously did so. Oh, the complexity. Because N64, is it called N64? Is it called N64 or just 64? I completely lose overview of all of them. I mean, theoretically we only have 64. Or is there also, whatever. By the way, also should change the LTO stuff back because I yesterday only disabled that because I thought that was buggy. Recurring prototype of actually reading the freaking error. Actually, wait a second, it is on right now? Ah, it is reactivated. Done. It reactivated because I run the internal build all script. This is why this is reactivated. So, let's do it again. 0 GCC. Nothing like... But yeah, the more you think, not live on YouTube, and concentrate, and the less you multitask, the less often you do it with bugs and stuff. Fix file, that stuff again. Oh wait, that is not extract. GCC. Because then basically, so we changed. Wait, is it even? What did we default to? Actually, also, I think I kind of patched that wrong. Because if that is the default, if we default to 64-bit, we also need to reverse that here actually. Actually, they had lib32, O32. Oh, you can't mix this. Okay, that is why we're patching it. Now it makes, now this mess makes even more freaking sense, TM. So lib64, 32. Oh, we also need to patch this stuff here. What did I say? Lib64. Actually, this means we need to. We need the same everywhere. Actually, what we could leave that. Oh, no, I don't have that in. lib64. Can't mix this shit up. This and this remove, leave that. Just like, yeah, of course, we patch this manually, and then. Why is this? Why did I patch that so wrong? Oh, darn. You know what? This is too garbage. Oh, come on. This becomes too tricky to edit even for me. I mean, yeah, I could do it, but there's a limit of pointlessly overdoing it. All right, it's double patched now. But I would hope we still have the oric file. So 64, 60, 60. I mean, I'm tempted to patch all this shit away. This is pure pointlessness. And then manually from oric to that. Does it make sense? Please let this make sense. 60. Ah no, it didn't. It overwrote the oric file. Ugh. Let's do it one more time. This will not apply, this will error out for patch file only having garbage, but that's what we want. So, 64, 64. Oh, this is also, or is it even? Actually, you know what? Actually, there is, with this checks, it might actually do still random shit. I'm done now with this stuff. You know what? Go to hell with all this random shit. It's pointless. '64 or bust, that is what it is now. I'm done with it. Basically, we don't. Ah, okay, fine. You get. Okay, you get MIPS and soft. That actually makes some sense. Maybe, probably. Although, does it? I'm not even. Actually, we don't really want that. Okay, fine. Whatever. So lib64, lib32, and I'm done with all this random bullshit there. Fix file diff hot fix MIPS64, and then this of course will still not apply. Question there. OpenAI project like Whisper, and what do you think about? I don't think the most, because why does this not error out? So I mean, it of course AI will like Star Trek data stuff significantly change the future. Actually, it is funny that Star Wars probably has maybe less AI, right? In Star Wars, you correct me if I'm wrong, they have their old-fashioned computers that compute stuff, but like AI, like data, you have more in Star Trek, right? Or like talking to your spaceship. Also, I guess it's nearly never like people like tell in Star Wars, like, I mean, except R2-D2, or, I mean, okay, there is 3 L3PO. So, okay, there is some AI like that. We are probably more like 10 years. I mean, stuff can change fast, but so far what I've seen, I'm not impressed. Basically right now it's like a better Google search that gives you random answers. The answers that the stuff I've seen, like if you ask what I did for Linux, this OpenAI or whatever, I tried this a month ago. A month ago told me like I would have been a Gentoo developer. So like I never touched freaking Gentoo, right? And also I know a colleague use that even for calculation. It puts there like at this and that and whatever. Those calculations are horribly wrong, like some 50,000 plus 15,000, like super trivial stuff, like for some financial stuff. Like these calculations were like 15,000 of like add 3-4 numbers, and like it totally didn't make sense. I mean, so far right now it's impressive that it does something at all, but it doesn't impress me that much. But I'm not naive to be aware that in obviously with every day it gets better, and it's just a time, whether it's 5 or 10 years, to be a much more usable state. But I guess it needs, like right now it's just a glorified statistically trained answer machine, basically a mathematically neural net trained statistics-based dictionary answer thing, and not the most creative. Even like creating music and images and stuff, it's mostly like just memorize statistical stuff without true human ingenuity. I guess to be truly transformative, it needs to be a true general artificial intelligence. So for something like real data level, which obviously had its limit, it's also of course funny and ironic to speak with our current state of AI, which is truly limited, to say as limited as data was in TNG, Star Trek Next Generation. Even data was certainly limited the way it was in TNG. So from that I would at this time guess 50 years ago, but prove me wrong. If there are true amazing, I mean, did I say 50? Okay, maybe. I mean, it depends. The thing is also like the better AI gets, the more it can help. So, and then it could easily be an exponentially accelerating curve of AI improvements. Okay, maybe I take 50 years back. We would still, in spaceships, we are not as much as Star Trek yet, but with AI, we might actually, if we try hard, be before the Star Trek timeline of when sophisticated AI was invented, maybe. But yeah, so truly, like maybe data. Given how far we have come in 25 years, I have 50 years. So like, I would say truly usable, nearly data-like whether it's kinda data or as good as data, or I can't predict. I would then say, the little I thought about this now, 25 years. But this would also, of course, be changing humanity forever, right? And there are certainly quite some possibilities, but also huge dangers. On top of global warming and the food crisis we are running into, not in 10 years, but even the next years. So, and global, not only food, but also so severe heating and flooding disasters that people don't even want to live in certain places anymore. And on top of no food, this other global warming induced general living condition changes that will spark huge migrations. We are totally I'm sorry to say, humankind is totally not prepared. Instead of bombing each other for pointless wars 10 years ago and now, wasting resources and polluting the environment and killing people for completely no good reason, like totally no reason. Instead of building spaceships and flying to Moon and Mars and building settlements and solving world hunger, still bombing ourselves away for completely barbaric imperial reasons. But it's like, yeah, we are not prepared for the global food and warming and other mass flooding, like cities already sinking, right? Jakarta, whatever, and others it were. Leave in the comments below, and now we continue fixing this MIPS shit here. You ask, I answer. Usually too long, live here on this channel. So, MIPS PowerPC. Let's fix this here one more time. Did this even patch N32? Actually, this did patch because that matched enough, and then N32 would be that and that, right? Diff, we need to do this manually to architecture MIPS64 GCC. I check in a second what when this stuff is test building. So that would be EL 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Apparently, hopefully, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Double counted, nothing like double counting stuff. Let's see if that is any better. People commented, yes, because LLMs are just glorified word prediction apps. Yeah, it's more like, I mean, they can predict images, right? As I said, statistical. It's statistic prediction images and videos and stuff. And sometimes that's quite good. I mean, yeah, I mean, statistics, sometimes it's quite good. Sometimes it's complete garbage. There, comment there. There's no intelligence, no understanding. Yeah, that is true. Right. No, that is true. It's just the statistic, like printing out most statistically significant word, image, audio, or similar such data. So, let's building this Go stuff. We fixed as good as we could. We should put actually testing this Go stuff on our to-do. Not that we ship something that can't, like, basically... I actually had that, so test Go to be able to build, rebuild itself. And then we are kind of sort of if MIPS and finally should potentially build. Did we patch that not correctly? Maybe. Time will show. Yeah, that's basically for this video. The recurring stuff here. Some IT Linux YouTuber. And basically, if people would still maintain similar stuff at one of the other 1900 distributions, which of course only probably 2 or 3 others do, like Debian or so, or maybe Gentoo to a degree, that is what everyone needs to catch up with and patch to their liking. And we like our stuff minimal and freaking working. Actually builds for quite a while. Does it mean it freaking works, TM? Did it previously build as long? MIPS64. Ah, it freaking built TM. We maybe fixed it. Amazing. Yeah, also I would say this stuff should not segmentation fault our research. It should print more. I mean, it printed a somewhat usable error message, at least for the non-LTO case. But yeah, it's ridiculous that you think your system is unstable because you have segmentation fault when it's like, yeah, it's just the runtime assertion because you configured it wrong. Yeah. But yeah, I take it. As I said, as Marina Weismann said, if we set everything on fire, we save ourselves quite some intermediate steps, same as our Earth or code. Hope you enjoyed this and learned something. Don't forget to subscribe, maybe Patreon, YouTube membership, or GitHub sponsor. This kind of work every day. See you later or tomorrow. Have a good day or night. And till then.